Hi guys, I'm Brendan with Nostalgica Coffee, and today we have the great opportunity of dialing in our friend's new Breville Pro Touch machine that they just bought. And we've had a lot of requests lately from people asking for tips and tricks on how to make their espresso taste better on machines like this. So I thought it would be fun to just walk through the process of literally taking this machine out of the box, which they did yesterday. I've only pulled one shot on this to make sure it was just functioning correctly. So this is going to be pretty organic in terms of what is this thing naturally doing when we purchase it, and how do we optimize it to dial it in. And when I say dial it in, I mean we need to dial in the volume that it's producing, so like the shot volume, and then we also want to dial in the taste. We don't want it to be too acidic, we don't want it to be too bitter, obviously we want it to be pretty balanced and smooth. So we're just going to pull shot after shot and make slight changes. I'll talk to you about the changes I'm making, and then we'll have them taste the coffee to see what they're tasting, and that way hopefully from home you can watch this video and kind of follow along with what we did here and replicate it. So let's get started. The first step to getting your espresso to taste great is first getting your recipe within the window. And what the window is a 2-to-1 ratio, meaning 1 part coffee to 2 part liquid yield. So for us, we're going to start with 16 grams of ground coffee in hopes of getting about 32, we'll call it 32 to 35 grams of liquid yield out. And we want to get that in 25 to 30 seconds. If we can hit those parameters, we're within, we'll call it the window. And then from there, we'll just fine tune it via taste in order to like really optimize it. But until we get it within that window, we're really just kind of chasing the wind. So that's going to be the first step. So we have Brent here, and this is Brent's machine. What would you call yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 with your coffee knowledge?
Pretty low, maybe like a 3.
Okay, Brent's at 3. So let's just pull a shot and see where we're at. So what I want you to do is measure out 16 grams of coffee. So we're on the latte setting, so let's hit latte. And our grind is set right now for 15 seconds. We may have to adjust that, but we're gonna see where we're at. We have 111 grams.
What's it supposed to be at?
It's like almost 4 times more than we made. So what that means is we need to block the water better from coming through, so we get much less out. So what we're gonna do, Brent, is we're gonna adjust the grind size finer.
Okay.
And normally I would say go 1 grind size at a time, or 1 line at a time, but because we're so far off.
Is this how you adjust it?
Yep, so on the side,
Yep.
we need to go finer. Finer is more like sand, and coarser is more like rocks. Sand doesn't allow water through as well as rocks does, that's why we're going finer. So let's go like 3 lines finer.
So I want to go from 15, I want to go down to like 12?
Let's go to 12. Okay.
Where do you want it to be?
I want to get 32 to 35, so about half that. But you can go ahead and taste it.
Okay.
Just so you know, it'll just give you perspective on like your next shots.
Very pungent.
Pungent, okay. It's smooth. It's not bad. It's just like really kind of watery. So you'll notice that it gets more viscous and like thick.
It's thicker than the last time.
It's thicker than the last time though. All right, so what we're gonna do is continue to go finer so we get less out. So let's go ahead and move it call it two more lines.
Wow.
Not your cup of tea?
That is pungent.
That is. Wow. To catch you guys up, we pulled 3 shots. We started off way too coarse. We've gone increasingly finer, trying to get within that window. And just to recap, that window is 16 grams of coffee to about 32 to 35 grams of liquid yield, and we want to do it in 25 to 30 seconds. This last time we got 12 grams of liquid yield in 30 seconds, so we're much too fine. So we're just gonna reverse course and go a little coarser. So let's move it back to, let's go to 10. That's a technical term. 10. 21 seconds just there, shut it off. It's looking pretty good.
Let's see if this
Weigh
is
that.
the magic.
Consistency. What do you need?
34.
What do you need to be at? 32?
We're good, that's within the window.
30 to
32 to 35, within
Oh.
25 to 30 seconds.
Woo!
So that was 16 in, 34 out, and 29 seconds. So that's the first step. Let's taste it.
All right.
Now we're like in the ballpark, and then we just need to dial it in for taste.
Oh yeah, I mean that's right there. You know.
You have to say that.
Perfection.
Yeah, that's better.
Pretty smooth.
That's actually pretty good. I wouldn't do much else with it. So the reason we did this, Brent, is it's important for a few things. One is our ratio of espresso to milk. Previously, if we had 111 grams, you'd have so much espresso. It's also, at that amount, is a very kind of watery espresso. It's almost like a cup of coffee. So had we left it there and you steam milk, it would have almost been equivalent to steaming milk and putting it on top of a cup of coffee. That's how thin and the amount of volume we had. So we needed to back that down, make it more concentrated, so that when we put milk on top of this, it holds up and you can taste the espresso and the ratio is correct. So